Happy Monday, everyone. Time for another live commentary. In last week's video, we looked at the final of the men's individual foil event at the German National Championships between Peter Jopek and Marius Braun. In today's video, we'll take a look at the women's foil final between Leonie Ebert and Anne Sauer. Now, I covered a bout of Ebert fencing Caroline Golubitsky at I think it was a different tournament 2 weeks ago. And actually, a couple years ago, I covered a bout between both Ebert and Sauer at a different tournament, which Ebert won fairly convincingly. I do still think Ebert is the top women's foilist from Germany, but Anne Sauer is definitely going to be looking to unseat her this bout. So let's get into this. 3, 2, 1, play. Now, as with last video, there is going to be a little bit of German commentary on top of this video, so I will be talking over it. I apologize if the audio is a bit quiet as a result. So let's see what these two have in store. I should mention, they have fenced a lot. They both know quite a bit about each other. So here, Ebert comes out with a march. Fairly relaxed. Sauer counterattacks into it. 1 light. So interesting she was able to find that despite Ebert marching pretty slowly. Normally the slower you march, the harder it is to be counterattacked. Ebert marches again though, completely unafraid. Sauer gives her plenty of space, and just takes the blade and starts herself. Ebert takes it over though, finds a pretty fast accelerating attack, goes off target on Sauer's arm. I think Ebert's complaining about the bright lights there. I would be too in that position. That looks uncomfortable. All right, Sauer marches this time. Ebert retreats out of the patch of bright light. Starts to turn things around. Sauer, though, still kind of marching. Sauer's march is fairly uncommittal here. Just doesn't look like she's really trying to finish it. There steps in. Let's see what the call is. Call is still attack left. I did kind of look like Sauer was searching for the blade there. And she is going to call for a video review. I think that's a fair call. I could definitely see this one overturning. Alright, referee is having a pretty long look at this one. Generally, the longer it takes the referee to look at the video, I guess the more likely it is he'll actually change the call. But that's not really too much to go on, honestly. I wish we had access to the slow motion here, but unfortunately we don't. Though for me, it was, I think it was pretty clear that Sauer was actually looking for the blade there. Wow, it's a very long look at the video. And now Sauer shielding her eyes from the light. I hope the light doesn't become a major factor this bout. Distractions like that are never welcome. Call is still attack from the left. Okay. So, it's 1-1. It's possible that Ebert was also searching at the same time as Sauer, which would give her the right of way there. Ooh, interesting. Fast lunge by Sauer there. Alright, Ebert continues to march. Sauer continues to just give her some space. Trying to be disruptive, misses the riposte. That's unfortunate. The camera is very shaky here. Alright, Ebert finishes long. Sauer is a little bit out of distance though. Ebert continues to push, finds a very nice finish there. That is beautiful. That's the type of touch that really has come to define Ebert's fencing in recent years. I hesitate to compare every single women's foilist to Lee Kiefer, but being an American, I kind of have to. It's kind of more reminiscent of Lee's style of fast march into fast finish. Not too much in the way of tempo changes, but the acceleration at the beginning of it is really what catches your opponent. Still marching from the left, so that is going to be her attack off target. Sauer is still very opportunistically looking for these counterattacks into it. After that previous touch by Ebert, I'm not sure if she'd be that wise to do so. That time steals one, though. Interesting. And that was actually when Ebert was going slower. So kind of paradoxically, it seems like Ebert's having better accuracy and is less afraid of the counterattack the faster she's going, even here. Though to be fair, Sauer wasn't actually looking to counterattack that time. But yeah, I guess this faster attack is going to be the way forward for Ebert. Alright, Sauer pushing a little bit. Ebert pushing right back. Finishes long. Sauer is 2 out of distance though. But again, Sauer's not really looking to take these over, really. She's not committing to anything once Ebert's attack falls short, so Ebert can pretty much start her attacks at will. Okay. Interesting. I don't know if I'd call that the riposte. It may have been Ebert who actually found the blade on the step in there, but it is still 1 light for Sauer. So it looks like she's actually trying to bait Ebert into coming towards her, which is pretty interesting. I imagine most people would be... Oh, wow, that is impressive. Very forward parried post, kind of like the Italian men's foilists like to do. And again, that's off of Ebert being a little bit slow with the start. So, same thing right there, yeah. So Sauer's just waiting for Ebert to start slowly, and then just stepping in, either hitting with that parry post or that attack and prep, or counterattack, whatever you want to call it, ref. But yeah, so it looks like Ebert's slow start, which she's normally pretty good at. She's probably got to just throw caution to the wind and start a little faster just to throw off throw off Sauer's attempts to counterattack there. This time Ebert does go faster though, and Sauer's still able to counterattack, so I might eat my words. This is a pretty tough situation for Ebert, honestly. Also, like, Ebert's really good on defense, but we haven't seen a lot of her defensive actions able to work just because Sauer's simply not attacking. Another long finish by Ebert, goes off target. Possibly it's the remise. Probably not, though. Alright. Ebert keeps pushing. Finishes long, but again goes barely off target there. Alright, now Sauer's on the march. Wow, nice attack. Ebert did find the blade there. However, she missed the riposte. Oh, the time is still running. That's not good. So, man, Ebert, I think... Yeah, this is... I feel like this is just a mental thing for Ebert at this point. This is going for the weapon swap. Pretty good idea. Could have done that a bit earlier, I think, but she does really need to focus up here. Kind of unlike what was happening with Jopek early in his bout with Marius Brown. Ebert's just kind of not really doing the actions that she's really good at. She's got a very nice counterattack. She's got this very nice fast attack that we saw a couple times. But here, she's just kind of standing there on her feet, getting hit with parry post, missing the riposte when she gets the parry, and falling victim to pretty simple actions by Sauer. This is fairly disappointing to watch. I hope this isn't super one-sided for the rest of this bout. Though this being Ebert, I imagine she might have something of a cutback in store. Long attack by Sauer, goes off target. Ebert, better distance that time though, was actually running away in earnest. That's nice to see. Alright, Ebert able to take over the march once again. Misses again, but Sauer misses in return, and they both separate. Okay, Ebert keeps pushing. And again, falls victim to that counterattack. Again, it's when she's going kind of slowly that this counterattack is working, which kind of goes in the face of normal foil wisdom. Alright, Ebert, I think, gets a piece of the blade that time at the end, so able to finish, and nice finish to the flank there. Very nice line for lefty versus righty. Also, looked like she was going for the shoulder in a lot of her previous touches, so maybe that's a bit of a line change to throw Sauer off. So nice. Again, Ebert misses the first one. This is really unfortunate. Luckily, Sauer hit off target, but yeah. Oh, Sauer went a little early that time when the ref said fence. Not a big deal. We just restart. Alright, Ebert on the march. Sauer escapes and starts. Finishes long this time. So it looks like Sauer is actually trying to finish her attacks now. Ebert, though, pushes her all the way back to the line. Ooh. Huh. Now, I must admit, I didn't actually see that off-target light right away, because it kind of blended into the bright light reflecting off the strip. Alright. Again, Sauer's not really finishing here, and time runs out. Wow. Very nice round for Sauer, able to capitalize on Ebert's, I guess, just lack of mental presence, honestly. Ebert's really going to have to spend this 1 minute break refocusing herself and getting her emotions back under control. This is a very dangerous situation for her. However, if you're Sauer, this is kind of a precarious situation too, because you worked so hard to pull out this 10-4 lead, and that can evaporate quite quickly if Ebert just gets her legs back under her. So if you're Sauer, you've really got to work hard to, I guess, keep Ebert off her normal game. But that might be pretty tough for Sauer to pull off, though, because a lot of her actions haven't really been forcing actions that much. Like, she hasn't really been hitting home with her attacks. It's more just kind of a perfunctory march, and that peters out, and then Ebert starts, and then it's Ebert who's been making the mistake. If you're the fencer who's up in this situation, it can often actually be quite hard to keep this momentum going, just because so much of the way the bout's been going has been the other fencer's fault. Capitalizing on mistakes is a very different skill from forcing mistakes. So we'll see here. I am kind of rooting for Ebert, though, because I'd hate to see her go out 15-4. All right. Long attack by Sauer. That's a little better. Ebert's able to stay alive, though, and start marching. So let's see if Sauer does anything different on defense here. She's actually keeping the distance a bit wider than before, although she's being a bit more active with her feet as well. So that might give her a window to start, but nope, Ebert just finishes long. Nice. I couldn't see the referee's hand there. I'm not sure if he said that. Yeah, I don't know if he said that Sauer found the blade at the end there, or if that was Ebert's attack all the way through. At any rate, nice long attack by Ebert, and that's more what we expect from her. That's what I was kind of expecting her to do right off the bat. This time uses counter time to deal with that counterattack, and surely that was core before the touch, yeah. So it looks like she's using her hand to stay alive when Sauer is throwing out these kind of opportunistic counterattacks that were working so well for her before. And the timer was still running that time. That was kind of awkward as well. All right, long attacks back and forth. Ebert just keeps marching. There's that counter time again when Sauer steps in. Very nice. So this counter time idea, parry riposte against the counterattack, is going to be Ebert's main offensive tool now, I think. That versus her just long straight finish. Or long indirect finish, if you want to call it that, to the flank. Oh. Random off target there. Honestly, this might be a situation where it'd be better to just fast forward it in post-production, so you don't have to hear me keep talking to fill the dead air. Okay, so Ebert is back. Looks like she's getting a yellow card for some reason. She might have tried a body cord and it failed right off the bat. Oh, dear. That's not good. If that was the second one that she tried, then that might be a red card. Or it... Was it the reel the whole time? Oh, that's amazing. Wait, did she seriously just plug the reel back in and that was the problem the whole time? Does the yellow card still go through in that case? Well, that's kind of awkward. It was a long break that really I don't think benefited Ebert in the slightest. That might have been all for naught if it was really just the reel's fault. All right, more counter time. Sauer finds the blade back, actually, as they step in together. So it looks like Sauer's solution to Ebert's counter time is to just do second intention, essentially. Take the counter parry counter post. So Sauer keeps pushing a little bit. That is... Okay, ref says attack from the right. No, attack from the left arrives. Okay. So yeah, I did feel like Sauer started first there, but one light for Ebert. So 7-10. Nice start of a comeback here. Ebert keeps marching. We'll see if she does that counter time again. Tish takes the blade, pushes Sauer all the way back, misses to the... Oh, wow. Okay. So Ebert was looking for the front shoulder there, missed though, and was unafraid to infight though, but kind of fell over because it was a weird contortion body angle, looking for that riposte while keeping her blade absent. Ebert finishes... Oh, wow. Okay, that's a nice idea. So Ebert, continuing to switch things up, finishes deliberately short, waits for Sauer to start, and then makes a forward parry riposte into that. Kind of turning Sauer's own tactic against her. So, Ebert keeps marching, finishes, Sauer parries. Ebert keeps pushing though, and again, with that slow start, Sauer's able to counterattack. I'm not going to try and explain how that works, because normally if your opponent's going that slowly, counterattack is much harder to pull off, because they're going so slow they can just put the tip on and finish. But in this case, Sauer able to make it work. Ebert finishes long, Sauer parries. Alright, Ebert keeps pushing, finishes long, this time gets one light on the way in. Probably still her attack, I'd say. It didn't look like Sauer's parry. 9-11. And the comeback continues. Ebert keeps pushing. Nice tempo change there. Finishes long, but Sauer is just barely out of distance. Again, Ebert's not really giving Sauer a chance to start now. Even if Sauer wanted to, which I'm not convinced that she really does, Ebert's making it very hard. There's that counter time. Finishes around the front shoulder, kind of hitting the back. This time, though, her counter time was with kind of a parry 3-ish looking thing. I think she was using 4 more often before. Alright, Ebert keeps going, finishes long, but Sauer's able to escape. Almost falling over there. Okay, so I don't know if that was deliberate by Ebert, but that was kind of a slow accelerating thing. And it looked like Sauer was trying to go in when Ebert was still slow, but I'm not sure if that was the best timed idea. Let's see. Sauer finishes long, Ebert escapes, and starts very fast march into an off target. Sauer looking for a stop hit, running away. Kind of as a Hail Mary, honestly. That's not really a setup action. Looks like she might have hurt herself, though, running away so fast. Oh dear, we might have another long break on our hands. That'd be unfortunate. Or perhaps not. Sauer's just tying her shoe. This might be a psychological thing to slow the pace of the bout down a little bit more. I do think these breaks will hurt Ebert, because Ebert, you can tell just by her, like, not only the tempo of her actions in the bout, but the way she's fencing is very much trying to just get it done. Let's see again. Sauer keeps pushing. Again, though, not really willing to finish it, just gives it up. And Ebert, yeah, nice hand speed there to close it out. All right. Again, Ebert on the march, and it is equalized now. Let's see if Sauer does anything different. Oh, that's an interesting counterattack. She hasn't done that one before, I don't think, the twist to the outside. I get to lefty, that can be pretty risky, because lefties tend to keep their blade on the outside anyway, so they can just hit the back if you twist too far. But that was very well chosen by Sauer. Alright. Kind of long lunges back and forth, and now Ebert starts marching again. Sauer again being very active on defense here, which is always nice to see. And Sauer, oh man, Ebert misses to the shoulder again. I felt like that was more her fault than Sauer's, than a brilliant counterattack by Sauer. Although, to be fair, that's the action that's gotten Sauer this lead in the first place, so I doubt she's complaining about it. Alright, 4 seconds left in the second period. They're going to let this one go. But that was a brilliant comeback by Ebert, honestly. Changing her slow start to feature a counter time to deal with Sauer's counterattacks, and finishing long and fast when they weren't there. Very nice change by Ebert. Although, unfortunately, right at the end there, Sauer just pulled two more, seemingly out of nowhere. One with a twisty counterattack that I wouldn't normally recommend in situations like this, but I guess she read the blade position by Ebert very well. And another that Ebert just seemed to miss. So, kind of another dicey situation for Ebert now, unfortunately for her. Having done so well to come back to 11-11. And honestly, Sauer, like, all she needs are two more touches like that, and she's got this. It's not going to take much. That said, there are definitely situations like this where the fencer who's up in score, for some reason, starts suddenly changing up their game plan and ends up failing as a result. There is kind of a psychological pressure there to keep your opponent on their toes. Honestly, though, if you're Sauer, I would just stay with what's working. It's really the pressure's on Ebert to change something up again. Let's see. I'm trying to think, from what I know of Ebert, what other tools she might pull out here. Because, again, like, just the mere fact that Sauer isn't attacking means a lot of Ebert's defensive-oriented actions just aren't really appropriate here. Let's see. Sauer is pushing a bit more, though. Nope, Ebert takes it over. Finishes long, again, right through Sauer's parry. Very nice long lunge there, very athletic. So Sauer's still got to be careful of that. Let's see, Ebert takes the blade and starts. Sauer's again being pretty active on defense. Counter time by Ebert. Misses behind the back. Oh, that would have been epic. Again, the counter time is proving devastatingly effective against Sauer's counterattacks when they happen that early in the phrase. Ooh, who gets the parry there? Referee says it's attack from the right. I guess I believe that. So 14-12, and now Ebert is really against the ropes. Alright, what are you going to do here? Ebert cannot miss. Oh, no lights! Oh dear. That's probably going to be a yellow card for turning the back. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah. Wait, did Sauer hit off target there? Or did she hit the LeMay? Oh, okay. Well, that's kind of awkward. Wait, what's she testing? I don't know what that was for. And these equipment things, though, I don't know if the last one was equipment or if they just both missed, but kind of slowing the pace of the spout down, which I still think favors Sauer. Ebert manages to get away from her long finish, though, and starts. Sauer on the run. Now, she tried to stop hit before. That's probably still attack from the left. I don't think Ebert stopped there. She slowed down, but I don't think she stopped. Sauer doesn't seem to think so, though. And I think the referee's having a look of his own volition. I didn't see if Ebert actually asked for a video review there. The German commentators are really hyping up this touch. I wonder what they're talking about. Cannot speak German myself. Let's see what the ref says. This could be it. Call is overturned. Attack from the left. Okay, so it looks like he didn't originally give it to Sauer, but Ebert challenged it successfully. So, good on her. I mean, you can't really not challenge that call if you're down 12-14. The only other option there is to just lose the bout, which Ebert does not want to do. Not after making that comeback happen. It looks like Sauer's now going to change mass guards? Huh. Did the previous one break? I didn't see. At any rate, though, again, a little bit longer of a pause. And I know I've said this like 4 or 5 times now, but I do think those pauses tend to favor the fencer who isn't Ebert. So let's see. 13-14. Ebert could definitely do this. All right, Sauer marches. Ebert takes it over. Again, you can't miss here. Counter time. Sauer tangles it up, though, and I guess they step past each other enough that the referee will call halt. Again, though, that counter time proves effective against the counterattack, so that's nice. Sauer keeps pushing. Ebert eventually starts pushing back, finishes long. Sauer escapes and starts. Ebert finds the blade and starts back herself. Let's see, how's she going to finish this one? Nice beat there. Gets a lot of space on the strip with it. Again, not really willing to finish just yet. Okay, dangerous distance. Sauer starts. Ebert's being very careful now, you can see. Trying to be very accurate. Finishing, it's probably safer to be out of distance than to be too close, as we see here. Oh. Ebert's blade jumps out of her hand. But yeah, I think Ebert's trying to err on the side of being too far away, rather than being too close and just losing to a counterattack. I think that's a pretty smart decision. Is a little bit more vulnerable to parry or post, though. Like that. Oh, man, Ebert barely gets away. Jeez. Okay, Ebert finishes long. Again, slightly out of distance, and Sauer starts. Ebert finds the blade. Kind of a low 7 parry there. Or a high 7, I should say. Ebert finishes off target through the parry. Okay. So yeah, just kind of every touch there, slightly creeping the distance a little bit closer with her finish. Eventually goes off target, though. But I do feel like this is a nice idea by Ebert, just to make herself incredibly safe against those counterattacks that have been working so well for Sauer before. She does not want to bleed just a stupid touch here. So it looks like Sauer's actually pushing back a little bit now with these kind of longer attacks. Oh no! And just like that, it's over. And Sauer wins 15-13 versus Leonie Ebert in the German national finals. Nice bout. It must be said that Ebert kind of wasn't focused up at the beginning, and that's what gave Sauer such an immense lead early on. Ebert did very well to come back, but it was just too much. In fact, she did come back to 11-11, and then Sauer just kind of wormed her way to 15 after that point. So, very impressive bout. I'm not gonna lie, I do still think Ebert is the best German women's foilist right now, but Anne Sauer giving her a run for her money and proving that she is also not to be taken lightly as a German women's foilist. So, I know I've been talking a lot about German bouts in the last couple weeks. We'll probably move to a different country or a more international bout for the next few. So, until that video, as always, thank you very much for watching, and stay sharp.